I remember I was going to a convenience store just to get something to drink, and I'm in there and I'm grabbing my soda and my chips, and I'm hanging out looking around, and somebody comes in and starts robbing the joint. And so I'm standing there with my soda and my chips and I'm near the exit, and all I'm thinking of is if I walk out that door, I've technically stolen. So I'm sitting there like, should I put the chips back? Should I put it in? Should I walk out with it? And then the guy looks at me and he just goes, and I run out, with my stuff, and I'm sitting there like, you idiot. You're sitting there thinking, worrying about whether you're gonna steal these chips. There's just little stuff like that happened to me that I look at and go, one way, left or right, I could have been in some real crazy stuff, but you have to almost have a gallows humor about it. Hi, my name is Rick Famuyiwa. I'm the writer-director of Dope, premiering at this year's 2015 Sundance Film Festival in the dramatic competition. Dope is about three geeks. They're not jocks, they're not bangers, they don't sell drugs, and they have aspirations about what they want to do. When you're growing up in a place like this, it's always a struggle between bad and worse choices, Malcolm, through a series of choices he has to make, ends up in a party where a drug deal goes bad. Because he's a smart kid, he tries to figure out a different way to save his ass. These kids have to face not only the daily struggles of gangs and drugs, but also the low expectations sometimes of their schools, the teachers who don't want to be there teaching them, the system that assumes that they're up to no good even when they're not. And so it's a constant navigation. Where do you find that support? Luckily for Malcolm, he finds it with his two other friends, and I had that too growing up, but when you don't, you can end up in places that you don't want to be. So my career sort of started in Sundance and was born in the independent world, and I felt like each progressive film I was sort of getting further and further away from that original voice that I discovered. I think that's why I ended up returning to Inglewood. It was like, this is where I heard my original voice.